What is going on, everybody? I go by the name of Curry, and I want to thank you guys for joining me here today on SneakerPhetish. All right, guys, you already know what time it is from the title. We're not going to waste too much time. I've been super excited about these sneakers coming out for a very, very long time. Without further ado, let's dive straight into it. Colin Kaepernick has been a mainstay in sports news and headlines for the last 3 years, ever since he took that infamous knee at that football game that ended up getting him blackballed from the NFL. Since then, of course, we all know that Colin Kaepernick has been really trying his hardest to get a job back in the NFL after winning a case of collusion against the NFL, winning a little bit of money. And of course, through his legendary Nike campaign, he was able to keep those coins rolling in through some apparel that he released, and now through his new shoe. Without further ado, let's take a look. All right, now we're gonna start today with the box of this sneaker here. Now, just a regular Air Force One box. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, Nike, you dropped the ball on the box. I'm not gonna front about that. For a collection that means this much and that's this important out here, I really thought that you guys would have done something a little bit more with the box and just giving us this plain gray silver Air Force One box. This collection to me is just way too special, and to a lot of people is just way too special to give us this box. Now, what I do understand is that Nike did send out some influencer slash seating slash marketing packages here that are really, really well done, really, really nice and very elaborate. I'm not popping like that yet, so I didn't get that package. Boom. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Nike Air Force One Colin Kaepernick. Before we get into the shoe a little bit more in depth, just first glance at the shoe, it looks really, really nice. I'm actually glad that they didn't do too much with the shoe and they kept it simple, but they kept it poignant. And what I mean by poignant is that the message is strong within the shoe. Not just the person that it represents, but the hidden message on the bottom of the sneaker that we'll take a look at as well. All right, starting with the upper of the shoe. First thing that you notice about the shoe, of course, is the hang tag with Colin Kaepernick's number 7 on it. Now, the hang tag is this really nice leather that actually matches the rest of the leather around the sneaker. I honestly see a lot of people taking this little hang tag off, using it as a keychain or putting it somewhere, so that it's just a little reminder that people are still rocking with Cap. Now, getting to the upper of the sneaker, I do not remember a time that I felt this leather on any sneaker, but it is really, really nice. It's a very soft leather. It actually feels like a fine made Italian jacket. Maybe like a Gucci jacket or something like that. Now, obviously, I know it's not the exact same leather as those expensive leathers out there, but it's very, very soft. It's very premium. And the crazy part about it is that the price point on the sneaker is still only $110, even with all of the details and the hang tag on here, all of the custom logoing and the branding on here, still only $110 for the shoe. So very, very well made sneaker for that price point. Now, on the lateral side and the medial side, you get the same swoosh here. Now, the swoosh, I'm not gonna lie, it's a little cheaply made. I'm not gonna lie about that. It feels kind of like a nubuck kind of material. I'm not quite sure what it is. It's definitely different than the premium leather that's on the quarter panels on the lateral and medial side of the shoe. And when you look really, really close here, you notice that like mine actually came with this little scratch on it or something. That's why I said I'm not quite sure exactly what this material is, but be careful when you wear this shoe because it seems like it can actually get kind of scuffed or scratched very easily. Now, the swoosh in and of itself is a black swoosh that actually goes into a white swoosh. Now, if you want my idea of the symbology behind that, that's the darkness leading into the light. The darkness may be representing being misinformed, misguided, miseducated, and the light, of course, understanding what's really going on in the world around us. Again, police brutality, which is what Colin Kaepernick was in direct opposition of, which is why he knelt in the first place. Police violence, police brutality. When you start learning about what's going on in the world around you, especially when it pertains to police brutality and violence, that may in itself be coming into the light. Understanding now, coming out of the darkness of a place that you really didn't know much about it, of ignorance, coming into the light. Or I could just be getting too deep. It might just be black fading into white. That really doesn't mean much. I don't know. I'm trying to get philosophical on y'all today. On the tongue of the shoe here, leather tongue of the shoe that matches the lateral and medial side materials. Now, right in the middle, you get this really nice leather tag with the Kaepernick K. On the back, of course, you also get Kaepernick's emblem, his little logo. Very nice, smooth, soft leather in the toe box of the sneaker as well. Really, really nice. You actually might want to be careful to make sure you don't scratch these depending on where you wear them. You're going to get an extra set of white laces with these, but personally, I would keep the black in. I think the black laces are a little cleaner look. All white midsole with that black line and the black air on the midsole of the sneaker as well. Now, getting around to the heel of the sneaker, my favorite parts of the shoe. First of all, Colin Kaepernick's silhouette, his face. right there on the back of the shoe. So anybody who wears this shoe anywhere is gonna see Colin's face. Personally, I love that because anywhere you go, anytime anybody wears a sneaker, they're gonna be seeing that man's face and that big black power afro anywhere that they go. The best part about this is that it's all stitched in there. It's not embossed. It's not like a sticker or a heat press thing on the back of the sneaker. Every pair of this sneaker is actually stitched in. I thought that was really, really dope. This right here, my favorite part of the sneaker. This translucent icy blue outsole here with 08, 14, 16 in big bold numbers going all the way down. Now this date, for those who don't know it, represents the day that he took the infamous knee during that football game. And if you notice, the numbers are actually going from top to bottom facing downward on the shoe, which means if you were to take a knee in this sneaker on your left knee here with your right foot up, this actually would be what's showing behind you. I love that. I love the story. I love the concept. Whoever came up with that idea over at Nike, if it was Colin or somebody on the design team, you deserve a raise because I think that is just such a powerful, silent message and protest for what's going on with Kaepernick not being able to get a job and for what he stood for. Now, let's get into some hidden details about the sneakers because there's really some nice hidden details. Now, I'll put the two insoles here because the first thing you'll notice here is on the heel, it looks like there's a shattered white mask. Now, over the mask, it looks like there's kind of these thorns and roses in here, kind of like a thorn bush. Now, I tried to look up really what this symbology means, the roses with the thorns and the shattered mask here. I think that the shattered mask, especially with it being a white mask, it may have something to do with kind of like shattering an old person or an old personality or kind of an old way of being or something like that. I'm not, again, entirely sure. The roses with the thorns in them, however, to me represents going through something ugly and something dangerous and something beautiful possibly coming from it, maybe having to do with the struggle that we tend to go through and the fact that beautiful things still come throughout those thorny situations, those dangerous types of situations as well. Again, not entirely sure. Hopefully we do get a lot more context about the symbology behind the insoles very soon. Now, on the back of the tongue here, you're gonna notice two small symbols. Now, the symbols here come from a language of symbols in West Africa and Ghana, to be specific, that's known as Adinkra. Now, the language of Adinkra uses a lot of different symbols that mean certain phrases. On the back of the tongue on the left shoe, this Adinkra symbol is called Fahodie, and it means freedom and emancipation. There's also a literal meaning with this symbol that means independence comes with its responsibilities. On the back of the right shoe here, there's another Adinkra symbol here, and it's Nakode, which means truth. So you have the symbol for truth, which we all know that Colin Kaepernick stands up for, and then you also have the symbol for freedom and emancipation. Obviously, he's really a proponent for spreading the truth and spreading the message of freedom and emancipation. Freedom from what he was going through the NFL, freedom from societal norms, things of that nature. Last but not least, apparently there's supposed to be some reflective action, maybe some 3M action. So let's cut the lights off and take a look. Boom. And so as you notice here, it looks like it does kind of reflect around the sneaker. You can see kind of the outline, that white outline of the swooshes here going back into that reflective heel tab where Kaepernick's face is. You also can see a little bit of reflection here where the K7 logo is, Kaepernick's logo. To me, it doesn't shine quite as hard as 3M, but I do still see what they mean by reflective. It's a really nice touch. It's not too ostentatious. It's not too overt. It's pretty subtle, but it really is a nice touch. All in all, in my opinion, one of the best sneakers to come out of 2019, again, right at the end of the year. Fantastic message, incredible kind of luxe black leather materials here. Really, really nice message. Fantastic hidden details, really great symbology with a very powerful message overall. To me, it's a 10 out of 10. It's a home run. Nike did an incredible job on this sneaker, and I can't wait to rock them. But that's pretty much it as far as these sneakers go. Now it's time for you guys to sound off and let me know what you guys think about the Colin Kaepernick Air Force Ones by Nike. Are you feeling these? Are these ones that you're going to add to your collection? Are you a proponent and a fan of Colin Kaepernick and everything that he's doing and his message and his cause? Or are you not riding with him? Are you not feeling him? Why or why not? Sound off down in the comments below. Let me know. Of course, while you're down in the comments, make sure that you click on that subscribe button so that we can welcome you into the Sneaker Fetish family to make sure you don't miss out on any more heat that comes through like these, because I guarantee you, I got a lot more heat on the way. As always, I want to thank you guys for joining me here on Sneaker Fetish, taking a look at these with me, unboxing them with me for a couple of minutes. I go by the name of Kari. This is the Nike Colin Kaepernick True to 7 Air Force One. And until next time, I'm out.